Hello and welcome everyone to my channel. So I just wanted to make a quick review slash overview of the Trek Marlin 7. I think this is a 2017 model because I'm not sure, I just ordered it, and I know on the picture it actually looks like it's an orange one, but it actually looks more kind of pink reddish when you see it in person, but on the camera it definitely looks orange. I apologize for all the noises in the background because I'm doing it just right here next to my house. So I got this bike. I mean, I was in a big dilemma of actually choosing the bike because I was choosing between Trek DS4, which one of my friends has, and basically the Marlin 7, because I've seen Marlin 7 in the shop. I got to sit on it, I got to ride a little bit, and I couldn't decide which one am I gonna get. So this is basically the overview of the bike. I just took it in yesterday. The reason I bought it is because it was a pretty good deal. First of all, I live in Thailand, so the price on the official Trek store that you've seen, it's probably almost half the price here in Thailand. That's one. And just because I know some people at the shop, I'm working at the university with the people who actually own the shop. They managed to get it to me like another 30% off on the bike, so it was a pretty much no-brainer. But the main reason for that is that even though I kind of wanted most of my bike to be for the commute, I actually want my bike to go off-road. I mean, if you are familiar with geography or anything like that, like I live in North Thailand, so that means basically that mountains, I also live in the countryside as well, not in the city. So this is perfect bike for me because I really want to go on the budget, but also want to be able to do off-road. And like for the DS3, and I've talked to my friends who have them, they said you better go with this because DS3, like the places that I want to try out, they actually don't work that well with the DS3. So there's the bike pretty much. I got some free accessories like the bottle and the lights. Well, you can't really call them lights, it's just reflectors. I got it all set up, and with a couple of things I want to say to you, because mostly for the last, like, I got it yesterday and up to today, I was riding on the roads, and these big tires with a gigantic thread and quite wide compared to the hybrid bikes really slow you down on the roads. So, but that's something you have to deal with. I guess I'm gonna buy a set of tires that are more suitable for on and off-road. Gonna swap them in and out sometimes. So the bike is orange, as you can see. It's got 9, if you look right here, it's got 9 sprockets at the back, 3 at the front. 3 at the front. So the bike itself is pretty great. I like it. The seat is set up like I never tried it before. When I was a kid, I used to bike let's say a hybrid bike. Nothing like this. Didn't even have a front suspension, and I was riding it in the forest, any kind of places you can possibly imagine, apart from obviously rocky terrain and stuff like that. So what has it got? You can still see the sticker at the front. That means it's brand new. It's only just come out. So you have a RockShox suspension. I'm pretty sure that's one of the cheapest one you can possibly get on a bike, the XX30. You can basically lock it in and out. It just has this knob that you can turn just that much to unlock it, and this much just to lock it, which gave me a bit of a worry, like, is it, because it's so easy to move it, I'm just wondering if it's actually gonna unlock when I'm driving on a rough surface. Most of the riding is obviously going to be done on the road, but like when I want to, like if I'm going over the terrain that is not very smooth but just like a couple of patches, I just wanted to make sure that it doesn't unlock or lock by itself. So we have pretty wide tires at the front here. We got disc brakes at the front and at the back. Obviously I had to go today to adjust them because the rear brake was just pretty much nothing. Like I could press the brake full whack and I would stop like 8 meters driving slow speed from what I actually pressed it. The front one is awesome. That's been adjusted. The gears has been adjusted as well. They're pretty good right now. I had some issue in the very beginning. Like, it's up to the people who actually put this bike together. So the issue it wasn't like having phantom changes, like skipping gears, but you would feel like when you're trying to pedal really hard, not only that you get vibrations in the pedals, but you also feel like a chain slipped or something, and you got like a sudden change in the gears. But that was alright. That was ironed out already. So I haven't taken it to a track yet, like, or off-roading or anything like that. I'm gonna do that over the weekend, because the closest like proper thing is quite far away from me. So I'm planning to get a car rack to put this on. Other than that, I mean, the bike is great. I like it. I mean, I like the looks. You can definitely see, because the frame is different from the DS3. Like, the frame would go up to here pretty much on the DS3, and it's gonna be separated here on this side. Like, it will be one at the bottom, one at the top, and there's going to be a space of about that much on a DS3. This is all one line. I'm planning to change the pedals to metal ones, because the plastic ones, I've heard a lot of reviews that they break very, very quickly. The couple of disadvantages that I found, there's actually one of the biggest ones that I ever had, was if you look here, like the handlebars and like the grips, I mean, my hand is not that big, but I already adjusted it. As you can see, there is some space before they were moved all this way. Like, so when I put my hand down, like, this is the end, like at that time it was the end of the grip here, and these things would just hit me in my finger constantly, like on every bump, on everything that I was trying to do. Like, my fingers were sore yesterday after just 30 minutes ride, so I have to shift them a little bit here. I mean, this part is very easy to reach, but the one at the back over there, it's much shorter, so you need to make sure if you move it that you don't move it too far, that you cannot reach the gear down or gear up, for example. Other than that, I think the bike is great. I mean, I'm planning to take it on some amazing trips. I mean, I'm not planning to jump off the rocks or anything like that, but as you can see, I mean, for the price that I got, the deal is pretty much, it's great. And I'm planning to put some accessory, like something to protect me from the mud when I go over. And I mean, I didn't buy this bike for a commute, but I bought it for something that is capable of doing both, I'd say, because it's easier to convert the mountain bike to handle the road than it is to convert the hybrid bike to go off-road. It's got a front end suspension, obviously. As I said, you can lock it in and out. You also have a preset here that you can do. I'm planning to get all these cables nicely so they don't interfere. I mean, I'm just gonna use a zip line probably. I mean, what else was there to tell? Pretty much. Let's see how it goes on the track, I would say. I mean, the wheels, like, you can, like, 29 inches, but it looks like the wheel at the front is like double the size of what you get at the back. I mean, at least when it's standing, it really does look like that. I've not tried any accessories yet. I'm planning to put a computer in there and maybe some more twist. I'm actually still thinking about what to do with these handlebars. I'm sweaty and they feel slippery and they're not long enough. Even though I've actually moved some of the shifters onto the other, like a little bit further away from there, it still feels too close. But it's not that I'm planning to. It's like I just want to have more grip on my grips, yeah. And other than that, it's great. Obviously, the bike, if you're planning to buy one, doesn't come with a kickstand. There's something you have to buy separately. It doesn't have anything. It's just a frame, wheels, steering wheel, and a seat. I mean, everything else is optional. So for now, I'm riding the stock tires. They are not great on the smooth road. You can feel the tread, And you definitely, I've spoke to the Trek customer service, and they said that it's gonna be making sure, like, you have to make sure, because the thread on the normal road on the tires like this will go off super quick over here, not very well at the back. It originally was designed to go a bit off-road. And I'm sorry about those dogs, Jesus Christ, my neighbors have really noisy dogs. And other than that, I think the bike is great. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I'll try this bike out in a couple of days off-road, like proper off-road. I can still go outside right now, outside of my house, and get some pretty good off-roading on it, but not the kind of a thing that I actually wanted to try. Obviously, it's not a dual suspension mountain bike, but this is a start just because of the budget that I had. And other than that, I think it's pretty great. Like, if you're looking for investment, you have to think a little bit, right? Like I was with the DS3, I was actually thinking about maybe, because most of my commute is going to be on the road, but then at the same time, like Saturday, Sunday, I want to take it off-road, like proper off-road, because the place that I work in, the university, is located in the mountains. It's got lots of nice trails and dirt roads. I really wanted to try this thing out, because, I don't know, like, I've looked at the suspension as well at the DS3. It's only got 62 millimeters of travel. This one's got 100, so that's definitely going to be a big plus. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel, because I'm actually, as soon as I get my GoPro, I'm actually going to be doing some pretty amazing treks that we have here next to our next to my workplace and next to my house. So I think you might enjoy this as well. And I also appreciate all the comments, recommendations, and anything else that you can possibly give me, because I've been riding a bike. I've used to ride a hybrid from my mom that actually bought me one of those, and obviously I've ridden it like I stole it at that time. It didn't have any suspension or anything. It looked completely different, but I still put it through its paces. 15 years later, it's still working just as fine. Just a couple of things that needed to be taken care of, and it was just amazing. So I'm pretty happy with that. I hope this will last me for a couple of months, years, hopefully years, not months. I'm not planning to do anything extreme, but I plan to do things that I want to do, and we'll see from there. If it really takes off, then yeah, I might invest into the dual suspension bike, and that's the only thing that I'm actually thinking about. But at the same time, you need to know that those bikes are designed for mostly off-road use. So yeah, thank you very much. Subscribe to this channel, because it's a new channel. I'm actually going to be updating you and everyone else and showing you the rides and what kind of terrain we have here, and the things maybe some of you will ever want to come and visit and see what it's like to ride around here, because it's amazing. We have everything. We have mountain terrain, we have normal tracks that you would find in the jungle and the forest, we have some mud roads, we have some gravel roads, we have some rocky terrain, whatever you want to call it. It's all within the reach of like 20 kilometers from here. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you everyone on the next episode.